Michael, thanks for joining me. How are you finding the 217 season so far?
I found it an astonishing start of the season. We've had 17 or 18 formations, each one of which is lovely and articulate.
I agree with you. I agree. We all felt last year that something special might happen this year, and so far, in my view, it certainly seems to be turning out that way. Who knows what lies ahead for July and August? We've only got to wait and see, I suppose.
Well, I think for halfway into June, it's been exemplary.
I know that you and I have been discussing the Broad Hinton 1, as we've called it, formation, which is this series of concentric circles with the arced circles around it. And I know that you, Karen, and myself and several others have been scratching our heads with regards to some of the geometry contained in this. Tell me about it, Michael. What's going on inside this formation?
What they're doing is something which I can't fully understand. They're setting us a dilemma. They have chosen the most simple and logical of geometric methodologies, which is the basis of the flower of life.
Yeah.
A series of circles of radius x is drawn around the perimeter of a central circle of radius x.
Yeah.
And there are 6 of them. And this ends with a deliberate fudging, a deliberate mistake, but a mistake perfectly executed. This is not a mistake which makes you think of a few louts in the field thinking, oh God, we blew it. This is a mistake which has a will and an intent and is laid perfectly and beautifully. And of course, many people fell into the trap.
Yeah.
Now, the other trap that was laid within this formation is that one of the dilemmas which you and I have been discussing for a year or so is the fact that I believe it is impossible to make a circle without marking its center.
Yes.
It's certainly impossible for us here in the third dimensional reality on planet Earth to draw a circle with the compass without sticking the point in the paper.
Yes.
And there have been in the crop circles many perfect discs and drums of impeccable circularity with a completely untouched center.
Yeah.
Now here, there's a big disc standing crop, and there is a mark at the very center which susceptible and gullible and innocent souls assume, well, that's it, it's man-made, there's a post. They don't pause to think, how did they get from the tram line to the post hole position to knock the post in? Because all around that central area is perfect, undamaged crop.
Well, I mean, we've talked to these people who claim that they go out and do these things, and they say that they can successfully walk through the gaps where the seed drills were planted. But I've tried this, and I've filmed up close, how close together these crops are, and in my view, it's impossible. I haven't been able to replicate it, so I'd just love one of them to pull the iPhone out of his pocket and film himself doing it so that we can all see it. But getting back to the geometry of the formation, so what have you found in your analysis?
Well, in my analysis, I have to say, I'm banging my head against a concrete wall. I'm looking for meaning in it, and Mr. Vandenberg has found that the points of the radius, including what I believe is a deliberate mistake, performs a 19-fold geometry.
This is a 19-fold division of the inner ring, yeah?
Yes.
Now,
So that
why is that significant?
I tell you the truth, I don't know.
Is it something that's easy to do, to divide a circle by 19 points? Is that something regular?
No, it's hard to do. It produces an irrational number.
Right.
But I mean, 18 is easy because a circle divided by 18 is 20 degrees.
Right, of course.
But 19 is, I mean, I've got a calculator here, but I'm not going to do it.
So basically, this formation seems to have a number of challenges for people on all levels. If those people that are considering whether or not formations are man-made or from somewhere else have got their challenges with regards to a hole in the centre that doesn't have a path to it. And then those of us that are interested in the geometry are also equally challenged in trying to find out what the hell's going on inside of it.
Why they've chosen to do this way.
Amazing.
And yeah, I mean, it's that thing that the old music hall stars used to say, always get off the stage while they want more.
Well, I don't know if they've got off the stage yet, but certainly with this one,
I mean, I think that they bang down a formation to stretch us.
And this one certainly stretches.
Leave us with something to ponder.
I agree. Now, the other formation of interest, Michael, is the one up at Wollaston Hill near the Uffington White Horse, the Bubbles formation.
Bubbles.
Yeah, that's right. Now, I've pointed out that this has many circles, standing circles inside of it, all precisely located, and there are no holes in the centre and no pathways to the centre. Something which you and I, as you say, have discussed for the last year or so, and we think it's impossible to do this.
The other thing, certainly in regard to the bubbles, which is impossible to do, is to maintain that precise thickness around the whole donut of each circle. I mean, this formation has many circles of differing sizes, but the wall thickness on each one is precisely controlled.
Yes. And you very kindly sent me the diagram that you've done, where you noticed that the outer 6 circles, the bigger ones, if they're kind of moved in or compressed in towards the centre, that they fit perfectly between the slightly smaller circles closer to the centre.
This was, I have to say, this was a delight to me, because I thought, they might fit.
Right.
They might fit. And then I moved them in, and they clicked with a precision which just blew me away. It was as though the housing for them was waiting with open arms, saying, come in, closer. Click.
Well, I certainly found it beautiful on the ground. I went up there and did a report, and the lay was exquisite. It wasn't all laid down uniformly. There were different varying heights. None of the crop itself, which was young barley, was damaged in any way. And even in between the circles, the big circles at the centre, the lay goes in 2 opposite directions. So it's a very narrow gap, and we've got one lay coming sort of this direction and another set of lay coming the other direction. It was beautiful on the ground.
Yeah, it was lovely. It was like a jewel, really.
I agree. Sadly, the farmer recently has taken it upon himself to cut it out. Obviously, we've seen this trend over a number of years now, where farmers are deciding to cut out formations to prevent people going onto their land. Sad. We hate to see, those of us that love formations are obviously sad to see it go, but you and I both know that the political situation with relations with farmers and trying to get some kind of agreement is has been a very big challenge for us over the years.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is true.
Well, Michael, thanks very much for joining me.
It's a great pleasure.
I've no doubt that over the next coming months I shall be calling on you again to give us your commentary on the formations that we...
Whenever you like.
Thanks very much, Michael. Great to see you.